Oil tanker ships are massive vessels designed to transport huge quantities of oil across the oceans. These ships play a crucial role in the global economy by ensuring the safe and efficient delivery of oil from production sites to refineries and distribution centers around the world. Oil tankers are designed to transport large quantities of crude oil and petroleum products across oceans. These tankers play a critical role in the global economy, getting oil from production sites to refineries and distribution centers worldwide. Oil tanker ships come in various sizes, ranging from small coastal tankers to giant supertankers capable of carrying millions of barrels of oil. These ships are equipped with advanced technology and safety features to prevent accidents and ensure the protection of the environment. Oil tankers come in various sizes, from small vessels carrying a few thousand barrels of oil to ultra-large crude carriers, ULCCs, carrying up to 2 million barrels. Additionally, ships are equipped with advanced technology and safety measures to ensure the well-being of passengers and crew. Despite their impressive size and capabilities, oil tanker ships face numerous challenges at sea, including rough weather conditions such as storms with massive waves. In these extreme situations, these vessels must rely on their design, stability systems, and experienced crews to navigate through the turbulent waters safely. These factors help improve the ship's ability to survive rough seas, high winds, and other challenging conditions. To safely navigate the challenging waters in this area, mariners must be well prepared and exercise caution. In this subtopic about Introduction to Oil Tanker Ships, we will explore the key characteristics of these vessels, their importance in global trade, and how they are built to withstand even the most challenging maritime conditions. Let's dive into the world of oil tanker ships and discover what makes them essential players in the transportation of one of our most valuable resources, oil. Navigating through storms at sea presents a myriad of challenges for oil tanker ships. The sheer force and size of the waves can be immense, towering over the vessels and threatening to engulf them at any moment. These massive waves can toss the ships around like toys, testing the skill and experience of even the most seasoned captains. Navigation and communication systems. Oil tankers navigate vast distances across oceans. These massive, towering waves can appear with little warning, posing a tremendous risk to ships passing through. The ship is at the mercy of enormous waves, and the crew experiences the full force of nature's power. The unpredictability of storms adds another layer of difficulty to navigating through them. Sudden changes in wind direction and speed can drastically alter the course of a ship, requiring quick thinking and decisive action from the crew to avoid disaster. The limited visibility during a storm only adds to the challenge, making it difficult for crew members to anticipate potential hazards in their path. Just like the storms caused by nature, the storms in our lives are unpredictable. However, forecasts can sometimes be inaccurate, and unexpected changes in weather patterns can occur, hence the need for ships that can withstand sudden extreme events without catastrophic failure. The visibility is mentioned as restricted in cases that have been observed fog, heavy rain, or dust storm, all hazardous conditions to navigate. Furthermore, storms at sea can also cause damage to essential navigation equipment on board, further complicating the task of safely guiding an oil tanker ship through rough waters. Despite these challenges, skilled captains and well-trained crews are able to overcome these obstacles and successfully navigate their ships through even the most treacherous storms, ensuring that valuable cargo reaches its destination safely. Oil tanker ships are built to withstand rough seas through a combination of design features and engineering solutions. One key aspect of their construction is their size and shape. Oil tankers are typically large vessels with a low center of gravity, which helps them to stay stable in rough waters. Their hulls are also designed to be strong and durable, able to withstand the impact of massive waves crashing against them. That said, Cruise ships are built to withstand rough seas and large waves, and they have a balance between buoyancy and weight. Oil tankers are ships designed to carry large quantities of crude oil and natural gas. Redesigning ship hulls to be stronger and more resilient to impact is also important. In addition, oil tanker ships are equipped with advanced navigation systems that allow them to navigate through stormy weather with precision. These systems help the crew to safely steer the ship through turbulent waters, avoiding potential hazards such as rocks or other vessels. Military naval vessels have advanced navigation systems that allow them to track the path and intensity of hurricanes and typhoons. On board an oil tanker, understanding the ship's cargo handling systems, cargo's properties, and its hazards have the highest priority to maintain a safe ship. Furthermore, oil tankers are often equipped with stabilizing systems that help to reduce the rolling motion of the ship in heavy seas. These systems can include ballast tanks that can be filled or emptied as needed to help keep the ship steady. Now, most oil tankers usually have between 8 and 12 tanks that are then divided into 2 or 3 compartments, greatly aiding the vessel's stability whilst on the move. Ballast tanks are used to maintain balance and weight distribution on container ships. Overall, oil tanker ships are built with a focus on safety and stability in mind, ensuring that they can overcome massive waves and harsh weather conditions while transporting valuable cargo across the world's oceans. sun had just set over the horizon, casting a golden glow over the turbulent waters of the open ocean. Captain Jameson's eyes scanned the horizon, his brow furrowed in concern as he gazed out at the churning waves. His crew of seasoned sailors stood at attention around him, their faces etched with worry. "We're in for it now," one of them muttered under his breath. Jameson's grip on the wheel tightened as he squinted into the wind and rain-lashed face of the storm. A mighty tempest was brewing before them, its fury unrelenting and merciless. The ship creaked and groaned beneath their feet, protesting the onslaught of the elements. "Prepare to take in some sail," Jameson bellowed above the din of the storm. "We need to reduce our speed if we're going to make it through this." His crew sprang into action, scrambling up the rigging to adjust the sails and secure loose equipment. But even as they worked, the winds howled louder, threatening to rip the very fabric of the ship apart. One by one, the sailors' faces fell, their expressions reflecting the growing sense of desperation that gripped them all. They knew every moment counted. One misstep could mean disaster, or worse. As the storm raged on, the ship bucked and shuddered like a living thing, throwing its passengers about like toys. Water poured down from the sky in torrents, drenching everyone on board. The air grew colder, heavy with moisture and foreboding. In the midst of the chaos, Jameson spotted something that made his heart skip a beat. A massive wave loomed ahead, its crest blown off in a frenzy of spray and foam. It would be upon them in seconds. Without hesitation, the captain gave the order to turn hard to port, hoping to avoid the worst of the impact. The ship responded sluggishly, its hull groaning in protest as it bit into the water. For what felt like an eternity, the vessel hung suspended, poised between life and death. Then, with a jolt that sent men tumbling across the deck, the ship surged forward once more. The wave crashed against its side, sending sheets of water cascading over the railings. The sailors clung to whatever handhold they could find, praying that the ship would hold together. When the tumult finally subsided, Jameson surveyed the damage. The ship was battered but still intact, its timbers scarred and bruised but not broken. His crew, though shaken, were alive and accounted for. For a moment, no one spoke. Then, as one, they let out a ragged cheer, relief washing away the terror that had threatened to consume them. "We did it!" someone shouted, shaking off the numbness that had settled over them. Jameson smiled grimly, his eyes never leaving the stormy horizon. "Not yet, my friends," he said quietly. "We've got a ways to go yet." And indeed they did. As night wore on, the storm showed no signs of abating, its fury unabated and relentless. But the sailors, fueled by determination and sheer willpower, refused to give up. Together they battled on, fighting to stay alive against the odds. For in the darkest depths of the tempest, they found a strength within themselves that neither the raging seas nor the capricious whims of fate could ever extinguish. And when the storm finally began to subside, exhausted and spent, they emerged victorious, their bond forged in the crucible of adversity, stronger than any force nature might throw their way.
Αυτά είναι και μέσα είναι σε κάλυμα, έτσι, είναι σκεπασμένα με... Είναι κουτίσι, δεν είναι και τόσο. Το βαλαμάκι δεν έχει να μαντωράζει μπροστά κάτι τέτοιο. Δεν έχει φύγει, δεν είχε ανοίξει πάλι καλά. Ήρεμα, ήρεμα, ήρεμα. Ήρεμα, ήρεμα.
As the cruise liners ventured further into the sea, they were suddenly met with massive waves and strong winds that unleashed chaos on board. Passengers scrambled to find their sea legs as the ship rocked and rolled with the force of nature's fury. The once calm and leisurely voyage turned into a wild and perilous adventure. The crew raced to secure loose items, batten down the hatches, and ensure the safety of all passengers on board. The howling winds whipped through the air, creating a cacophony of sound that made communication difficult. The towering waves seemed to dwarf the ship, making it feel like a mere speck in the vast expanse of the storm-tossed sea. Despite the chaos and fear that gripped the passengers, the crew remained steadfast and focused on navigating the ship through the storm. Their training and expertise were put to the ultimate test as they steered the vessel through the tumultuous waters, facing each challenge with unwavering determination and skill. For hours, the ship battled against nature's fury, with the storm showing no signs of letting up. Passengers huddled together for support, finding solace in the unity that emerged from facing a common threat. Through courage, teamwork, and sheer willpower, the ship eventually emerged from the heart of the storm, battered but unbroken, sailing towards calmer waters once more. Despite the challenging conditions, the passengers demonstrate remarkable courage and unity as they band together to help each other and ensure their safety throughout the journey. In the face of such dangerous circumstances, the passengers draw strength from each other and form a strong bond that proves to be vital in overcoming the obstacles they encounter. As the cruise liners navigated through the treacherous storm, hope seemed to diminish with each passing moment. The passengers and crew held on tight, bracing themselves for the worst as the waves crashed against the sides of the ships. But just when all seemed lost, a breakthrough finally came. The skies began to clear, and the sun peeked out from behind the dark clouds. The once tumultuous sea transformed into a serene and calm expanse, signaling that the worst was finally behind them. Relief washed over everyone on board as the ship safely emerged from the storm. The passengers gathered on deck, grateful for their survival and the opportunity to see the light at the end of their harrowing journey. As the cruise liners reached the safety of the harbor, cheers of joy erupted among the weary travelers. They had weathered the storm together, forging bonds that would last a lifetime. The challenges they faced had brought them closer, reminding them of the strength and resilience that lie within each of them. With the storm now a distant memory, the passengers and crew looked forward to the new adventures and experiences that awaited them. The light at the end of the storm had brought not only safety, but a renewed sense of hope and gratitude for the journey they had been through.